old-fashioned guts. So whether you're on the cricket ground, land park or the bush, you've still got to run, you've still got to tackle, and the scrums have got the same push. You give it some, you give some more, and you really give your all. Playing rugby league football, it's the greatest game of all. Oh, there's nothing like the spectacle of a test match in full roar, with the forwards charging, backs are skipping, running at full bore. The Pommies and the Kiwis and the Frogs all play real keen, but we take on all comers and Australia reigns supreme. So whether you're on the cricket ground, Lang Park or the bush, you still gotta run, you still gotta tackle, and the scrums have got the same push. You give it some, you give some more, and you really give your all. Playing rugby league football, it's the greatest game of all.
Welcome to a very animated lounge bar of the Good Companions pub at Doncaster, where the block-busting rugby league team's getting ready for a vital local derby in the Doncaster Cup in this semi-final game here this afternoon. I've got with me the Barrett brothers, Dale and Ian, with part of the coaching organisation of the club, and Ian's also the head coach and Dale's the skipper of the team. Dale, bit of an injury you're playing through today, is that right?
A bit of what?
A bit of injury.
Yeah, I've just pulled my calf out, but hopefully it'll be alright to carry on playing help lads out.
Ian, any idea what the game plan's going to be for this afternoon? Can you give us any kind of outline of how we're going to go about this?
What we're going to do is his usual thing, just play basic football and play it hard, and take game to them early on, and hopefully our fitness will see us through in the last 20 as we've been doing all season. Besides that, there's no point trying to change the side. We're winning formula. We've only lost one game this year, so as it is, that's what we're going to remain and keep trying to do.
Your side's been playing some big scoring games lately, some big wins with 50 points plus. With it being a cup tie, do you see that pattern changing for this game? Well, is it going to be a tight game?
Well, I think it changes the situation. I mean, on paper we should be able to put a lot of points by him, like, but being a local game, I think a lot of lads are going to forget about playing and trying to take it one-on-to-one because everybody knows each other, so I think game is going to end up being close at the end of the day.
A typical cup tie?
Yeah, a typical game, yeah.
Now, you've got a problem in terms of your skipper. Your skipper's left and joined Doncaster Dragons. Is that going to cause you any extra problems?
Well, I mean, undoubtedly to lose a player like Sean Mycott, it's a big hole we've got to try and fill, and we've been doing his best to fill that position at the moment. Like, we've experimented with different players there. It's not too bad at the moment, but obviously he's only been gone about 3 weeks, so it's trial and error at the moment. Like, so we'll keep pursuing a formula until we get it right.
Dale, you have to fill that hole this afternoon. Any thoughts on the skipper's role for this game?
Well, it's obviously I'm a lot faster than Sean, like, but no, it's Sean's a classy player. I'm sorry to see him to go guns, like, but he's better than himself, so he can't stop a player doing that. But I've got a hard task to do, and I'm just going to do it the best I can.
Well, let's hope that task proves a successful one for the Good Companions, lads. Thanks a lot.
Okay, cheers.
We talked about the scenes and the atmosphere at the Good Companions being animated. Well, it's no less animated and expectant than here at the Toll Bar Clubhouse. Almost a brand new facility, ideal headquarters for an amateur rugby league club, and I'm joined by Kevin Jones, the Toll Bar captain coach. Kevin, a local derby, lots of strong connections between these two clubs, and it's a cup tie. How does all these factors affect your build-up to an important game like this?
It's keyed them up more than affected them, I think. It's probably the biggest game some of these lads are going to play for a long time. We had the same fixture, same time last year, and lost it in the last minute of the game. Hopefully today, down on his own ground, in his own territory, we can reverse that defeat last season.
Now, Good Companions have put some big scores up over the past few weeks. You're going to have your defence tested thoroughly today. What about your game plan? What sort of a game plan have you got for this game?
We'll just take the game same as we've taken everyone this season. We're also top at league ourselves. The last 3 wins has seen us score, I think it's something like 130 points with 18 against. So it's all set for a cracking game. It should be final for me. At the moment, I think with the 2 form teams in Doncaster, Moorends for the first time seem to be struggling. I really would have liked this for the town itself, for Bentley and for Tolbar, for it to have been the final. Unfortunately, one of us have to lose today.
Well, that's cup football for you, really. There are no sort of magic formulas to make them go the way that you want. What about your squad? Have you had any problems selection-wise, injury-wise, or any other factors that affect the makeup of your squad today?
No, the only injury is to my head, and I'm to leave out. It's been terrific. I mean, I've had 1 or 2 injuries. My player at years out long term, he's had a broken wrist, as Pope McCabe. I've Jason sat down there, he's just coming back from a shoulder injury. But we've got 2 teams down here now. We've also got a Sunday morning team, and a lot of them lads are really playing well. Unfortunately, we can only register 5 on a Saturday, but that means I've got a good squad of about 23 players, and 6 of them have had to sit it out today. And some at faces in there, they're really disappointed, and it's hard-ending when you to do a decision like that. But I've picked a team that I feel can beat Bentley, and the lads have accepted it, and they're all helping each other in there now, which is nice to see.
Thank you, Kevin. We're all set now for an absolute cracking cup tie. Local derby here at Tolbar. We'll know come tea time who's going to go through to that final, and really you can't really put a credit card between these 2 teams. Should be an absolute cracker. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks very much.
And it's the game they've all been waiting for in this local community, the local derby in the semi-final of the Doncaster Cup between Bentley Good Companions and Tolbar. Lots of local interest, lots of personal interest, lots of the Tolbar players, ex-Good Companion players. Talking to the coaches before the game, both teams emphasising the simplicity of a game plan in a game like a cup tie. So I'll be seeing some good basic football played, lots of passion, and maybe just a little drama before this afternoon is up in this cup tie. Free scoring, Good Companions kicking off this game to Tolbar as we get this semi-final underway. That's a deep kick being brought back from the in-goal area. That's a good 15-20 metres made and met by some good-looking Good Companions defence there. Good tackle there by Nidge Clegg. And Tolbar make the hard yards, bringing it forward from inside their own danger zone. That's good midfield yardage gain there by Tolbar hooker Ant Wilkinson. And that's a deep downtown into Good Companions territory. Not Ant Wilkinson, Phil White. I'm getting these lads mixed up already. That's right, Ant Wilkinson, number 9 for Good Companions, but it was in fact Phil White, the Tolbar hooker, who brought that ball forward in the later stages of that set of 6s. Good Companions bring the ball forward. Good quick play the ball, being moved out wide early in the tackle count, and that's a big drive there by number 4, Darren Taylor, going forward. Good shot into passing as Gavin Morgan goes forward with the ball, and Tolbar's defence looking good. Good defence there by player coach and skipper Kevin Jones and number 8 Graham Hinks. And that's a well fielded there, but a good chase there by Daz Hinsley of the Good Companions. And again we find that Tolbar are bringing that ball away from midfield from about the 20-metre area. Ball being moved out sharply, but that's good defence by Good Companions number 12 Nidge Clegg. Nidge Clegg playing out wide there in the defensive line, and that defence puts Tolbar into touch just short of the halfway line. First scrum of the game, it'll be head and feed to the Good Companions. Dash Kerry to feed the scrum, helmeted, play but loose forward. Tony Fox goes forward, breaking quickly from the scrum. gets a good 20 metres inside Tolbar territory. That's going to be a big drive there by number 10, Daz Ainsley, going forward. Offloads the ball.
Back to one!
To number 7, Daz Keddy. Daz Keddy driven back there by some fierce looking Tolbar defence, but the tackle broken there. Good recovery there by Dick Newton of Tolbar. Good tackle there by Dick Newton as the Tolbar defence was broken, and it's nearly broken again by Nidge Clegg, but that's good defence from behind by Tolbar. Good scurrying run from the ruck area by Dale Barrett of the Good Companions. Gets them to within 10 metres of this Tolbar in goal area, and that's a good offload, but knocked down. We're on the last tackle. What we're going to see on this last tackle, good shot, chip kick over the top. Colin Barker couldn't quite gather that ball. That was a chip kick by Gavin Morgan there. And that's enterprising football late in the tackle count by Good Companions. And 6 tackles were up, so it'll be play the ball to Tolbar. Phil White weighs up the options, but bottled up there on his own 10-metre line as Tolbar try to bring this ball away. Both teams feeling each other out at the moment, but that's a good shot inside ball there. Good football, good play from the acting half-back position there by Dan O'Grady of Tolbar, and it's good steady football as Tolbar grind out the yard, making about 20 metres in that set of 6, and a good deep kick. Finds touch, so we're going to find that Tolbar are going to be defending inside Good Companions territory. Most of the game been played inside the Tolbar half of the field, and we'll see Dash Kerry feed the second scrum of the game about 40 metres from his own goal line. This time Kerry brings the ball away himself and offloads it to standoff, and assistant coach Dale Barrett, brother of the Good Companions coach Ian Barrett, has again Good Companions show their possibly superior pace by that burst by Darryl Pearson, Pedro Pearson. He brought that ball forward and really trying to force the pass there as that ball was brought out wide by Darren Taylor, trying to force the pass. Poor ball security there by the Good Companions, and now we see that Tolbar are going to play some football in the Good Companions half of the field as Phil White dummies and moves out to that blind side. Ball moved out from acting halfback to the open side of the field, and that's a good burst there by Mick Gilmore, but good defence by Good Companions as that ball shipped out to the left. Good ball there by Dave Westwood, but superb defence, well covered there by Good Companions defence. Colin Barker and Darryl Pearson, or was it Darren Taylor? Darren Taylor, my colleague tells me. Ball struck at the play of the ball. Did that ball touch the ground? Well, referee decides that it's back to 6 tackles anyway, as Good Companions. Gavin Morgan goes forward, driving that ball forward towards the halfway line. Good Companions testing out this defence, finding weak points. That's a good out-wide run there by the Good Companions pack. Good simple football, well picked up there. That ball probably wasn't really intended for Pedro Pearson, but he picked the ball up well, made a good 20 metres, and it's back to 6 tackles. Number 8 Graham Inks and number 5 Steve Bath. And now Tolbar under pressure, and that's a good ball out wide, and we're going to see the first try of the game by number 2 Colin Barker. That's good quick hands by Good Companions, but from some good work into really 2 sets of 6 caused by Tolbar touching that ball. Good ball out wide and an excellent try there for Good Companions right wing Colin Barker. This really is a difficult kick, should set Good Companions up with some good breathing space, not quite what you call clear blue water between the sides, but you've got to say that Good Companions have tested the tall bar defence quite fiercely, and that goal kick didn't test the goalpost fiercely at all, but now we do see that Good Companions are going to receive this ball from the kick-off. Kevin Jones going to be sorting out his troops, making sure that this defensive line holds out. They've really been put to some quite testing situations. One or two incidents of poor ball security by both teams, and Good Companions really benefited from 2 sets of 6 in succession, as we see that that was a deep kick-off by tall bar being brought forward to the 20-metre line. That was a good chase by the tall bar defenders. Number 11 there, Dave Noble, did well to get up for that one. That's good tackling, 1 man up, 1 man down by tall bar. And that's a good scoop from dummy half. Knocks off 1 tackler. This big loose forward, Tony Fox, goes forward, offloads, and Tolbar did well to recover there, but the pressure's still on us. Das Kenny picks that loose ball up and heads for the line, but he's brought down by the Tolbar scrambling defence. But the ball being moved out wide there, well, that was a dummy. Possibly dummying his own defenders there, as Tolbard now got to bring this ball away, and they're scurrying away from the dummy half position. Dave Westwood going forward. Ball moved to the blind side, not going very far though. That's good cover defence by Good Companions. Good short ball into the forward pass. Referee decides benefit of the doubts going for the Tolbar. That's good scooting from the dummy half position by Phil White. Phil White plays the ball. Kevin Jones at dummy half offloads to Simon Firth, who breaks 1 tackle, and he's tackled about 5 metres short of the halfway line. We're on the last tackle. Another big downtowner. Good steady football there by Ward Beresford. Brings that ball forward about 40 metres from the Good Companions goal line. Ball being moved out wide again, missing a man out from dummy half. That's good running by Dale Barrett, the Good Companions assistant coach, but again the ball goes to ground. Craig Catherall drops that ball, and number 12 for Tolbar, Mick Gilmore, picks up the pieces for Tolbar. Tolbar now in good field position. Dan O'Grady acting halfback. The ball moved out wide as Neil Wilkinson joins the line for Tolbar, making that extra man, but that's good defence by Good Companions. Ball being moved out to this big open side, but Phil White chooses to go himself, heading for the post on the 20-metre line, plays the ball to himself. He's now within 5 metres of the Good Companions goal line, tackled 2 metres short. That's good football there by Phil White of Tolbar. Good short kick, but well picked up there, really. That's food and drink. Absolute food and drink there toward Beresford. This experienced Good Companions fullback. Good football there by both teams. Good defence by Tolbar. 4 points to 0. Good Companions lead after some good attacking football early in the game. And now it's going to be Good Companions grinding out these hard yards, or grinding out these hard metres. We're now in the European community, and that's a knock-on by number 12, Nidge Clegg. And now the pressure's on to Woodside, as they're going to obviously lose the ball at this scrum. We very rarely see balls go against end feed. And sure enough, that's Dave Noble going forward, offloads out wide, and we're going to see a try to Tolbar. Tolbar, right winger, Pete. Gary Warner goes forward there and scores that try. Quick hands there from that scrum. Ball moved out wide to that big blind side, and Gary Warner over for the try. this time for the Tolbar goal kicker. Virtually in the same position, but in the other half of the field, and well, it's a slightly better effort, but no points there, so 4 each as Donald Pearson starts this game. Kicking off to Tolbar, deep goal kick into the in-goal area, brought forward over the 10-metre line, good chase by good companions, that's good defence. Excellent defence there by number 9 and number 12, Didge Clegg and Dan Wilkinson for good companions. Good defence by good companions. And that's good defence again. Good set of 6 for both teams, because Tolbar have brought the ball forward 5-6 metres with each tackle, but we've been seeing some good defence by good companions, not allowing Tolbar to offload that ball. And on that last tackle, that's a big, deep downtown kick. Hasn't found touch. Ward Beresford brings it forward, steps away from one tackle, steps inside, Carl Gibson style, and makes a good 10 metres there, does Ward Beresford. And now we're seeing the good companions trying to make some sense of this Tolbar defensive pattern, and Daryl Pearson asked a few questions there when he brought that ball forward. Quick hands from Das Kerry, moving the ball out to the open side. And Wilkinson moves it out. Good switch back inside by Das Kerry. Ball being shifted out to that wide running prop forward, Das Hinsley, who makes good yards, and we now find ourselves on that last tackle inside Tolbar territory. It's a high kick, testing kick there for Neil Wilkinson, who brings that ball forward. Both these full-backs being tested by some big kicks. Phil White brings the ball forward, midfield, scurrying around the ruck area. He's had a good start to this cup tie. And that's quick hands there, out to that short side. The touch judge has seen a possible high tackle. This could be the first penalty of the game. First penalty of the game goes against good companions for that high tackle, spotted by the touch judge. And that penalty again gets good field position for Tolbar. Tap going to be taken by Phil White for Tolbar. And good companions having to defend now in their own half of the field. Both teams wanting a good set of 6 now, because the emphasis of the game seems to be switching slightly towards Tolbar. We've seen some good driving runs by the good companions from their own half of the field, but now they're defending in their own 20-metre area. Good short dummy run there by Kevin Jones, but the ball shipped out left, and we're going to see some excellent defence there by Darren Taylor, snuffing that move out. That was a good move, using Kevin Jones as a dummy runner, but number 4 Darren Taylor nipped it in the bud, and again that's good defence, but this time Tolbar offload. Quick pass out there by Danny O'Grady, but again, number 11 this time, Craig Catherall, brings his man down, just short of that goal line, and we're now on the last tackle. And Tolbar not allowed to play the ball, so that's going to be a penalty to Tolbar right under the sticks. Is that going to be one of the game breakers of this match? Because we can see it's such a close game. Semi-final of the Doncaster Cup. Number 11 Dave Noble prepares to take this kick, so important. It's under the sticks, but we've seen goals in all sorts of matches at all sorts of levels, and you don't need to tell me which match springs to mind. Missed from under the sticks, but not this time as Dave Noble. Not Dave Noble. Yes, it is Dave Noble. I do apologise to him. Puts that ball over. So it's 6 points to 4 now, and it's going to be the good companions having to restart this game. And Good Companions restart this game for the second time. Number 3, Daryl Pearson, got a big boot on him. He's been kicking the ball deep in this game. Penalty count low so far for such a tightly fought game. Hard contested game. This local derby, that's another deep kick. Kick being brought away from behind the in-goal area. 20 metres out. Good switch to the right hand side, steps into the gap there, does loose forward. Tony Smeaton, also known as Joe Bugney. And now we're seeing Tolbar getting a roll. A good short ball there to Kevin Jones on number 9. Phil White, good football by Tolbar. There's Good Companions plug up the holes in the defence, and that ball, well, the idea was right, the execution didn't quite come off. And Darren Taylor picks up the pieces. And number 10, Daz Hinsley, grinds out those yards. Mick Gilmore involved in defence there, along with Graham Hinks. As Good Companions get over that halfway line, and now they're putting the pressure on Tolbar. And again, that ball offloaded to nobody in particular, and Tolbar come up with the ball. 6 more tackles. You get the feeling that both teams just trying to force play that little bit too far. But this time referee sees a knock on. And it'll be head and feet to Good Companions. Both those last 2 sets of 6, we saw the team, that ball went against the head there. We've seen both teams getting a bit of a roll and just trying to force that little extra bit of clever football, and we've heard both teams' coaches before this game saying that they wanted to keep things simple. Well, if either of these coaches had a chance, they'd be pulling their hair out a little bit, but we've seen Tolbar again making that little extra pass, but it came off that time as Dave Westwood went forward on the end of that ball, passed from the ground, and now Tolbar still fairly early in the tackle count, putting pressure on Good Companions in their own half of the field. That's a big drive there by Graham Hinks. We're on the last tackle now though. And well, we're not on the last tackle. I thought the referee raised his arm. That was a good drive forward there as the runners come on. Foot Tolbar into space, going for that line, and he's another try there. The referee had raised his arm for what I thought had been the last tackle, and I was wondering what sort of decision Phil White was taking there, taking that ball forward, but it was the right decision because he asked all sorts of questions of the Good Companions defence, which led to them being sucked in, and when that ball was shipped out wide on the next tackle, the runners were there, but the Good Companions defenders weren't, and that's another try there to Tolbar. At Tattersfield and Bellevue, from much more difficult positions than this, he's still as good a kicker as he ever was. And that ball looks good, but not quite. So now that increased as the lead for Tolbar to 10 points to 4.
Hey, stop on it.
Still very much game on. This time the kick angled out towards the left hand side by Daryl Pearson.
Get this ball!
And that'll be a scrum down in good field position for the Good Companions. A good opportunity. Well, is that ball going to go against the head? No, it's not. Is the referee going to order a re-scrum down? Yes, he is. And it's a good illustration of the trade-off between territory and possession is that kick-off by Daryl Pearson, because although we're going to see Good Companions tackling, the tackling very much in Tolbar territory. That's a good short ball out there. As Tolbar makes some yardage Bit of a dummy there by Dave Noble. That's good experience football. Steadies things down, bringing that ball forward. Good cut out pass there by Kev Jones. Ball brought back inside by Simon Firth. But good defence by Nidge Clegg. Good set of 6 by both teams. Good yard is made by Tolbar, but good defence. Good steady defence by good companions, but that ball goes to ground and the pressure is on again for good companions. As Tolbar drive forward. Moved out to the short side, good short pass by Dave Noble. But big defence, that's the biggest hit of the game so far. That's big defence. That's what Ian Barrett's wanting at this stage of the game. And the runners are coming all over the place for Tolbar. And that ball's kicked into the in-goal area and it's kicked dead, so that'll be a drop out. Good pressure by Tolbar, but good defence by good companions. 1 or 2 big hits in that set of 6. That's what Ian Barrett's wanting of his team. But it may drop out from under the sticks with Kevin Jones' Tolbar team to bring that ball forward. Good kick-off, gets the ball towards the halfway line, picked up by Mick Gilmore. Mick Gilmore brings it forward, met by a big hit there by number 12, Nidge Clegg, and another one, but offloaded this time to Deck Newton. Deck Newton brings it forward towards those goal posts of good companions. Some hard working defence from good companions, and that ball comes loose. A good reward for that defence, picked up there by Gavin Morgan. Gavin Morgan goes forward. Scrambling defence from Tolbar, brings that ball down, and that ball kicked through in the tackle means that the tackle count starts at number 1 again. And again, these hard yards being grinded out. That's a good drive by Daz Hinsley. Good step inside there by standoff Dale Barrett, the assistant coach at Good Companions. Gets a good 15 metres, ball shipped out to the short side, dummies. Steps inside, does Darren Taylor, brought to the ground. Near the halfway. Dale Barrett holds the ball, rolls it across his chest, offloads out again to that short side. And again, we're seeing a little infringement there. The Good Companions contingent not too happy about that one, and somebody's going to be spoken to by the referee. Again, it's the touch juice that's seen that infringement.
It's got to go off!
Bit of a discussion going on there. Kevin Jones brings his man forward to be spoken to by the ref. And that'll be a penalty for that swinging arm in that tackle. And that's a good kick there by Darryl Pearson, who's been kicking well this game. And now, again, the emphasis in this game shifts to and fro like a game of chess. And we're going to see now Tolbar having to suss out their defensive pattern in their own territory. This time with a good short ball there, good move there, dummy runner there was Daz Kerry. Daz Kerry ran off that ball, and then the ball came inside again for a big drive. That's another big drive towards the goal line by number 10, Daz Hinsley. And that's a quick play the ball, but good companions slip to the ground. Good pressure as Daz Kerry holds onto that ball, shimmy, steps back inside toward the goal posts. Again, a bit of a move worked on there as we're getting towards that goal line, but good defence by Tolbar. A quick play the ball again, ball shipped out to this outside again, good quick hands again. Number 3, Darryl Pearson moves it out wide. And number 4 goes over the line. Darren Taylor. Well, very much game on now with his score at line at 10 points to 8. You knew there was a try on. All the good companions had to do was move that ball out wide, keep the heads, hold on to those good, simple but effective short passes. And the tries would come, and sure enough that try came. Best to take this kick from almost exactly the same position as he took the previous one. Again, these kicks could prove vital. It's such a close game. And that's a much better effort. And that is a brilliantly taken goal kick, which again changes the complexion of this game almost completely. That penalty by Tolbar, remember, gave them that edge. Well, now that reply by that superbly taken kick, flighted it absolutely brilliantly from Ward Beresford, means that now with 12 points each, very much all to play for. 1 or 2 slight niggling infringements in this game, only 2 penalties in the game. Both teams playing football of a simple but very effective nature. Moving that ball out wide. 1 or 2 complex moves being put on by both teams around the ruck area, but just basic simple football. Well, and that's what people want to see, as good companions bring that ball forward. And I said there hadn't been many infringements, but that was a high tackle. Referee saw it straight away, and that's going to be valuable yardage to good companions, with another big penalty kick there by Donald Pearson is going to get his team almost to the halfway line. Almost, the way things are going in this game, almost everything that happens has a significant effect on the game. It's such a closely fought cup tie that anything that happens in the game seems to be of some kind of significance. What's going to happen next, that penalty for instance. Well, good companions are well inside their own area of the field. Now they're playing the ball 5 metres short of the halfway line. Good quick ball out there from Das Kerry at scrum half, at acting half back. Quick play the ball, and again we've seen Das Kerry involved this time at first man out. As Donald Pearson goes forward, helped out by his centre partner Darren Taylor. Thought he wasn't tackled, but he was. He played the ball quickly to his partner Darren Taylor, who goes forward. He's going forward, makes good yards there, brought down there by some good Tolbar defence. Kevin Jones involved in defence side. Quick play the ball. There's number 7. Das Kerry gets involved, shoots the ball out to the open side. That's a big bomb there from Donald Pedro Pearson into the goal area. That bomb not quite diffused. Not dead, not be a dropout. Again, these little incidents so significant because this game is so close. We're going to see a dropout against this slight breeze by Tolbar, having to soak up some pressure now. Is this game going to be decided by either points or territory gained by penalty kicks? That's a superbly taken kick, well into the good companions half of the field. But that's superbly brought back by Ward Beresford. Ward Beresford, he's having a real influence on this game. The way he's bringing that ball back from his own territory, and by that brilliant goal kick a few minutes back. And again, quick play the balls, good running from first man out by good companions.
Come on, Bentley, move!
Don's coach in Brook last year, we're right impressed with one. We played a couple of times.
Good short ball there by Das Kerry. He's hanging on to his forward shoulders, bringing up these little balls, and he's shipped out that ball, and the ball moved out again towards that try line as number 2, Colin Barker, heads for the line, but he's knocked into touch. He's an influential player in Doncaster, and Alan Hodgkinson, the good companions fullback, tells me that it's not a fullback, substitute tells me that he's been watched by local professional club Doncaster Dragons, and it's going to be head and field to Tolbar, but the field position very much in good companions' favour as that ball comes out. Dan O'Grady brings the ball away. slammed to the ground by the good companions. Loose forward Tony Fox. As Neil Wilkinson joins the line, but that's good defence there by Darren Taylor. Hardjar's being slogged out by these tall bar forwards, and a good scoop from dummy half by Phil White. He's really had a good game. He's asked a lot of questions of the good companions defence round that ruck area. And that's a good chip, making the defenders turn, but well picked up there. Good football there by Das Kerry, picking that ball up as the tall bar attacking players rushed on. Good defence there by Kevin Jones, setting the example to his men. Hitting that gap round that ruck area, well offloaded, one-handed to Das Kerry. As I said before, Das Kerry, he's following that ball around like he's got it on a piece of string, picking up these short passes and flinging quick passes out to the wide runners. But that's good defence by Tolbard again. Kevin Jones involved. Ball moved out from the active half-back position, and again at first man out, Das Kerry ships that ball out to this big open side as good companions head for this try line. Something inexorable about the way they're going forward, but Tolbard soaking up these drives. This time Das Kerry is acting half-back, and again this dangerous looking two knock-ons there, this dangerous looking right hand side of the field for good companions. Two knock-ons there. The first one obviously was good companions knocking that ball forward, and again almost in exactly the same position as that last scrum. We've seen good companions feed the ball. Well, the referee's judged that the ball wasn't a knock-on when it was knocked to ground the first time, and that it'll be Das Kerry to feed the scrum. This really is a lethal looking field position. The way they're operating near the goal line, putting these moves on. Bit of dangerous play possibly by Kev Jones as he kicked that ball through.
Get off him, Johnny, get away from him!
And we've got an injured player now down on the ground. Referee stopped the clock. And that was a slightly unfortunate incident there. Kevin Jones kicked that ball through. Ball was loose. Touch judge sees that companions were offside there. That's a quick tap by Tolbard, bringing the ball forward. And these stoppages can disrupt concentration of sides. Interesting to see that good companions were huddled during that lull in play, but penalised for offside there from the resulting play of the ball. Ooh, that is a big hit, and that's good defence. Ball not loose, but the ball went backwards, but Phil White evades a couple of tacklers there and gets inside good companions half of the field. That ball being moved out quickly. Good angled run there, that's a dummy there. Good short ball inside to number 5, Steve Bath. Good centre play there by Dave Westwood. Dave Westwood's had a good game this afternoon with the ball in his hands. And now we're at the end of the tackle count. That's attempted drop goal. That would break the deadlock. By Dave Noble, using his experience there, but the ball goes dead. And that'll be tapped on the 20-metre line by good companions. Every point vital there. The old cliche about not coming away from your opponent's area without some points. And that big tackle there by Tony Smeaton punctuates the end of the first half of this extremely, desperately closely fought Doncaster Cup semi-final. This nip and tuck semi-final of the Doncaster Cup between good companions and the local rivals Tolbard. I'll give you the good companions teams. Ward Beresford's at full-back, Colin Barker and Darrell Pearson, Darren Taylor and Dave Howard make up the three quarters. Half-backs are assistant coach Dale Barrett at standoff. Remember, he's shaking off a lower leg injury. And Das Kerry at scrum half. Front rowers are Gavin Morgan Ant Wilkinson and Daz Hinsley at number 10. Second rowers Craig Catherall, Nidge Clegg at number 12, and loose forward is Tony Fox. The substitutes, remember there are 4 subs in this game: Alan Hodgkinson, Pete Wayner, Lyle Burns Senior and Lyle Burns Junior. Team is Neil Wilkinson at full-back, Gaz Warner at number 2, Dave Westwood and Simon Firth form a centre partnership, and Steve Bath at number 5. The half-backs are skipper and coach Kev Jones at number 6 and Danny O'Grady at number 7. Front rowers are Graham Hinks and Phil White at hooker, with Deck Newton at number 10. Experienced ex-pro Dave Noble is at number 11 alongside Mick Gilmore. Loose forward is Tony Smeaton. The substitutes are Pete Wrigley, Lee Cutts, Steve Wilkinson and Dave Whaley. And Torbar restart this closely fought game, this semi-final of the Doncaster Cup. As darkness almost starts to fall, even early on in the afternoon in this December day just before Christmas, and that looks like, well, was he lying on in the tackle, Kevin Jones, or was he being held down by the attacking player? We'll never know, because referees allowed play on, and that's good defence. That was a good chase from the kick-off by Tolbar as they tackle good companions within their own 20-metre area. Ball moved out to that short side, good wide running there by that big number 10 Daz Hinsley. And the yards being, every blade of grass on this field has been closely fought for. Referee says that tackle by Kev Jones was round the collar, but the linesman's not too sure. He wants a word. Well, the referee said that Kev Jones had tackled his opponent round the collar, but the touch judge has come on. He thought it was a high tackle, and the resulting conference gives the good companions a penalty, which gains about 20 metres, means that we're now going to have a set of 6 tackles starting just short of the halfway line. Again, every little incident is a significant one in this game, and again, that's big Daz Hinsley going forward. Made about 10 metres with that big hit up, and that's another good drive by Craig Catherall, but good defence by Tolbar. Number 11 Dave Noble and hooker Phil White bringing his men down, but that's good yards. That's good yards there by number 8 Gavin Morgan going forward. You just sense that good companions are getting a bit of a roll on here as they go forward. Ball moved out to that first receiver, and a good angle kick there, well picked up by the Tolbar number 4 Simon Firth. Simon Firth well picked up there by the good companions defence Darren Taylor. On my team sheet I've got Dave Westwood at number 3, and I'm informed by my colleague Alan Hodgkinson that I've been given some wrong information here. Dave Westwood's at number 3, at number 4, Simon Firth at number 3. Tolbar get to the halfway line, brought down there by Craig Catherall. Good defence by good companions. That ball being moved out, that short ball again from Dan O'Grady. Both these scrum halves using that short ball with big forwards running at the shoulders. Dave Newton onto that pass, but good defence there by good companions. Good companions move up in a line, but Dave Noble gets past his man. That ball not forward from that interception by Nidge Clegg. And that'll be head and feed to Tolbar. Tolbar feed the scrum. Dan O'Grady puts that ball in. Good switch move there by Kevin Jones. Kevin Jones moved that ball out to the blind side. Quick offload, but good sliding defence there by by good companions now under a little bit of pressure. And that's a substitution, Steve Wilkinson on for Tolbar. Steve Wilkinson still going forward, brought down there by Das Kerry. Das Kerry did well to drag his man to the ground there like, well, it was like a mouse tackling a giraffe, but he brought him down. Tolbar keep going forward.
That time you stopped him.
And that's some good defence. This time, those yards that Phil White's been making by those little runs from dummy half, not come off, and we're on the last tackle, less than a metre from that try line. What's going to happen? That ball being shipped out wide. Quick hands there as fullback Neil Wilkinson goes forward over that line, breaks the deadlock and scores near the posts. Well, you've got to say that was a good option by Tolbar to keep that ball on the last tackle and go forward with it. Neil Wilkinson joined the line to make that extra man. The ball looked as though it was going outside, but Wilkinson chimed in, ball moved inside. Well, the result was a try near the posts. And it's about the easiest conversion attempt for David Noble of this game so far. And that ball goes right between the black dot. So now Tolbar with a lead of 18 points to 12. And is it the overture for a dramatic part of this cup tie? Who knows, because you've got to say that both teams are capable of scoring points. And that's not to say that neither team's got a good defensive pattern. Defence is very much effective in this game, but both teams just being prepared to play football. As Darryl Pearson prepares to hoof this ball deep into the Tolbar half of the field. Straight towards the goalpost. Trapped there by Neil Wilkinson, who gets the ball out to that substitute, Steve Wilkinson. Steve Wilkinson breaks one tackle, gets to the 20-metre line, plays the ball quickly, and it's short, crisp, into passing, makes another 10 metres for Tolbar. Ball moved out to the open side again. Dick Newton brought to ground there by some good-looking defence, and again Ward Beresford in position for that downtown kick, steps inside, evades Dan O'Grady and goes forward, but he's tackled by Kev Jones and Dave Noble, those experienced old heads in the Tolbar side, but that's good yards there made by good companions. A good angled run there by Dave Howard. Dave Howard gets just towards the halfway line. Darryl Pearson, the acting halfback. A good short ball there to number 10, Daz Hinsley. Daz Hinsley gets 5 metres inside Tolbar territory. That ball moved out to first man out, number 7, Daz Keddy. Daz Keddy, good cut-out pass. 15 to 20 metres inside the Tolbar half of the field. And that's a good angle kick, well picked up there by Dave Westwood. But that's good defence by Darryl Pearson and Dave Howard. Again, some heavy traffic, and we find that Tolbar are running into it. The ship needs steadying for Tolbar as the defenders move across. A good defensive line kept there by the good companions. And it's another one of those dummy half runs from Phil White. That is brought down about a metre short of the halfway line. Ball moved out to the blind side. Ship back inside. No, it's a dummy. Good dummy run there from... Dummy and run there from the acting half-back position. Dan O'Grady moves the ball out there, but that kick picked up there well by Craig Catherall. 20 metres from the halfway line. That's a good hit up there. Classic hit up there by Daz Hinsley.
And that's good running from first man out by Darryl Pearson. Again, the ball moved to the short side. Daz Inslee goes forward again. He's made some big yards, some important yards for his team in this cup tie. And again, a little bit of urgency creeping into the Good Companions style of play as the minutes grind away. And as the need to get some points on the board becomes more urgent. Good ball out wide from Darryl Pearson to Colin Barker. Ball moved out to the open side. Another bomb there late in the tackle count. Well picked up there, well read by Neil Wilkinson, who goes forward to the 20-metre line. The tempo of this game has risen. Almost a staccato style of play when they've got the ball in their hands by the Good Companions. But this time, number 10, Beck Newton finds no runners for his one-arm pass, and he holds on to that ball as Steve Bath goes forward. You've got to say that if Good Companions are going to keep in this game, they've got to keep that defensive line. They've got to hit the on-running tall bar players, and that the defensive line looked as though it was going to be breached there, but those big hits just disrupted the rhythm of that attack as that ball was knocked forward. At the moment is anybody's guess. He's got to be making some decisions as these minutes tick away. That scrum will go down again. Heading feed to Good Companions and loose forward. Tony Fox drops on that ball. Good run from dummy half, going forward, good 10 metres. That's good sensible football early in the tackle count. Still plenty of time left, but again you do sense that there's that little bit of urgency now. And again, that little bit of urgency leads to a slightly too ambitious football. Field position here for Tolbar, and of course they've got the ball as well. That ball, slight into the knock on there by Dan O'Grady, gets the ball out to Kev Jones. Kev Jones brought down there. Crossfield run, looking for runners, but there weren't any, and he was smacked to the ground. And another one of those runs from acted half by Phil White. Phil White seeing lots of action in this game. And Dave Noble decides what to do. Steps inside, offloads to Dan O'Grady, who gets it out to Kev Jones. Not Kev Jones, it's loose forward. Tony Smeaton, and that ball being moved out wide. A good short ball out there from Graham Hinks. Ball shipped back inside again to loose forward Tony Smeaton. But that was well read there, well read by the Good Companions defence. All the options still in favour of Tolbar as Kevin Jones shoots that ball out wide, and that ball goes to ground. And the pressure's off just for a few moments there for Good Companions. Pass. One pass too many, went into touch as Good Companions bring that ball away. Das Kerry brings the ball away from the base of the scrum. Quick play, the ball needed here, some hard yards again. We see the Good Companions force bringing that ball away, but we're stepping out of these tackles. Our Good Companions still going forward. Darryl Pearson goes forward, that's ball's lost. As Dave Westwood goes forward, but again the regrouping of the Good Companions defence. But the initiative still very much with Tolbar as number 10 Dick Newton goes forward. Well, we're now reaching really the decisive part of this game, because this is the second set of 6 where Tolbar have had the ball in this part of the Good Companions half of the field, and the last set of 6 came no points for Tolbar. You've got to say that how long is the Good Companions defence going to hold out under this pressure? And remember that they've got some leeway to make up being behind, but that again, you must say that a team with Ward Beresford in it has got to feel safe at the back. when he's playing football like this, he took that ball under pressure, strode away, gained a good 15 metres, and again, number 11, Craig Catherall grinds out those yards. Ian Barrett must want a good, sensible, safe set of 6. Well, he's not got one because that ball's gone to ground again. And we're going to see another set of 6 to Tolbar in this 20-metre area of the good companions at half of the field. This time, number 11 Dave Noble bends down and picks that ball up. There's the pressure once more. He's on good companions. Both teams, for some reason, but for 2 different reasons probably, are just forcing this extra pass. Obviously, good companions have got the leeway to make up. You sense that maybe that Tolbar are trying to administer that killer blow, that coup de grace on good companions, and they're forcing that extra pass late in the tackle count. Good dummy runs there by number 16 Steve Wilkinson, and again now, well, is that coup de grace I was talking about? As Kev Jones on the end of that move. Kev Jones involved in that move, but it was 13 Tony Smeaton who went over for that try. And he's 22 points to 12. Just that little bit too much.
Oh no, we'll be alright. That moves here. Sure it's 22?
I thought, yeah. 10. Oh, that's 10, yeah. He missed that kick. And that's 22-10. I've been crediting both these teams with too many points in this game. The margins remain the same. It's now 22-10. As Dave Noble put that ball between the posts. And again, we're seeing good companions having to restart, having had points posted against them. That was a short kick with no real runners running onto it. A short kick could have been a good option, but the organisation wasn't there as Tolbar make those yards, getting over the gain line. Quick play the ball, quick pass out from acting half-back by Phil White. There's the good companions defence, moves across in a line.
I'm going to get me jumping from window.
And you've got to say that the minutes are ticking away in this game. And the tackling, you've got to say again, is having to be done in this 20-metre area of the good companions part of the field. They're just the exact place where if you want to get points on the board and put pressure on the opposition, you don't want to be. And that's an attempted drop goal. And referee says that's not a goal. Dave Noble again going for that drop goal. Touch to a good companions player. And that'll be a tap from the 20 metre. Is this going to be an incident that's going to take pressure off? Hard work, because they've got 40 metres to grind out in this set of 6. But there's no lack of determination in these good companions forwards. And again, we've seen that wide runner, number 13, Tony Fox, going forward. He's had a good game this afternoon again. Das Kerry at first receiver. He breaks the line, goes forward, a good shimmy, good dummy there. Out to number 4, Darren Taylor. That's better football by the good companions. Just the right amount of urgency, but sensible football. That's good defence by Tolbar. And again, Danny O'Grady involved, but ball well offloaded, one-handed there by number 9, Ant Wilkinson. Still ought to play for in this game, but we're now on the last tackle, and that's a good 50 metres gained there by good companions. Ball well fielded there by Neil Wilkinson. And really, if good companions are going to make any impression, they've got to tackle Tolbar in their own 20 metre. Well, now Tolbar are out of that 20 metre area with that run. And a good scooting run again, gaining a good 15 metres by that crackerjack hooker for Tolbar, Phil White. We've got a player down here for Tolbar. Is the referee going to stop playing? No, he's not. As Tolbar gets a good 15 metres inside the good companions half of the field. Good short ball out there, but that's brilliant defence. Superb defence there from Tony Fox. Wrenched that ball away from that on-rushing Tolbar player. Well, that was a tackle that needed to be made because Tolbar were gaining those yards. It's a substitution for Tolbar. Number 15, Pete Wayner coming on. Pair of fresh legs. A young fan down below tells me of obviously an obvious bloomer there. Today's deliberate mistake, not Tolbar. It's Bentley Good Companion substitution. Pete Wayner coming onto field, replacing number 11 Craig Catherall. And that's the first touch of the ball for number 15 Pete Wayner, and that's a good hit up there by Pete going forward. Another hit up there from number 10 Daz Hinsley going forward. We now find ourselves in the Tolbar half of the field. Number 9 Ant Wilkinson makes those yards.
Famous.
Good ball out there from Dale Barrett, and that tackle not affected as number 8 goes forward. Gavin Morgan going forward. Ball came out backwards to number 5 Dave Howard. Dave Howard still going forward. Are we going to see a try that's going to get Good Companions back in this game? What's going to be the option there from Daz Kerry? Daz Kerry decides to pass that ball out. Ball goes out forwards and it's picked up by Tolbar. Well, that was not the last throw of the dice, but a vital throw of the dice. It came to nothing for Good Companions. Down that slight slope, but at least they're tackling in that 20 metre area of the Tolbar half of the field. But again, the yards being made by Tolbar. And that's a big downtowner. Is that ball going to find touch? Touch just flag stays down. Ball picked up by Ward Beresford. Beresford going forward. Still going forward. He's put down by that Tolbar substitute, number 14, Pete Wrigley. And again, Good Companions going forward, just with the right amount of urgency in their play. They've got to hold on to these passes. Good short ball out there to the left by Daz Kerry. And again, good quick play the ball, good ball security. Great short ball out to Pete Wayner. Pete Wayner's had a big impact on this game since he came on a short while ago. He's made some good yards, latching onto these short balls from Daz Kerry. And again, are we going to see that vital score? No, brought down 1 metre short of the line. And again, Wayner involved. Good ball out there to the Good Companions standoff. Dale Barrett who offloads. But that's the 6 tackles up, and again, we've seen Tolbar bringing that ball away, and Phil White steps out of the tackle, and the yard's being made. Referee seen something, possible forward pass, and that'll be a head and feed. Head and feed to Good Companions, who really have injected just the right amount of urgency in this game now as this second half of the game develops. Last 2 sets of 6 when Good Companions had the ball, saw lots of pressure put on Tolbar. In a scoring position, Good Companions found themselves, didn't come away with the points, but the pressure's still on, the initiative still with Good Companions as this scrum goes down about 15 metres in the Tolbar half of the field. Das Kerry gets that ball away to Dale Barrett. But good defence. Moved up quickly there, did Tolbar. And again, Dale Barrett tries to get things moving as Ward Bereford joins the line, and we're seeing a high tackle there. Touch judge on again as number 2 for Tolbar is going to be penalised. Steve Bath penalised there for Tolbar to turn it round. That penalty means that we've got a set of 6, 10 metres from the Tolbar goal line. And again, just the right amount of urgency in the good companions style of play. Darryl Pearson, he's been a real handful for good companions this afternoon. And Wilkinson goes forward 1 metre short of that goal line as we've seen a lunge for the line, and it's a try. And again, as we said previously, these incidents, these penalties, various mistakes that have hinged the emphasis of this game. Now it's 22-14. Could have they've kept on to the ball and they've got she's sort of covered, don't they? Ward Beresford's conversion attempt just drifts wide of the posts. Say who's going to win this game even at this stage of the contest. As again that kicks angle towards the left hand side of the field, well picked up. Every yard a vital yard. Every tackle a vital tackle as Colin Barker made out those. A good 10 metres there with that ball. Again, we've got to see urgency in this game from both teams, but we've got to cut out the panic passes. The passes just one too many that we've seen once or twice, and good companions have shown that you can do that. And they've shown that the results of that sensible football have meant you get points on the board as Das Hinsley goes forward. He's wanting the ball all the time. Ant Wilkinson goes forward, but that ball knocked backwards in that tackle. We're now on the last tackle as Dave Howard goes to act in half-back, and Dale Barrett belts that ball towards the corner flag. It's bouncing awkwardly. That's a good chase by good companions. Shouts for a knock-on, but the referee won't have any of it. Again, we've seen that ball brought away from the acting half-back position, and that really has been a danger area for good companions as Tolbar have exploited this ruck area. They're running forward from close into the ruck area, offloading that ball one-handed, going forward. Quick hands there, and that's going to be a try in the corner for Tolbar. And well, a few pyrotechnics there, a bit of flash football. They've given us a suspicion that that ball maybe wasn't grounded properly. But the referee, he says that the try was good, that downward pressure was applied. And really that's the coach's nightmare, because although the try right over on the touchline. This will be his kicks. We've seen some good kicking in this game, but this really will be the kick of the tie if it goes forward as the light fades.
Are you on drugs or what?
And that ball not quite got the beef behind it.
What's he like?
Off.
Got to meet him.
That's 26-10, isn't it? And now scoreline of 26-10. 26-14. We're getting that vital try that good companions scored. 26-14. Is that just too big an ask? of the Good Companions as the minutes tick away, possibly in the last quarter of an hour of the game. This ruck area has been rich pickings for Tolbar. They've exploited the yards they've been able to gain. Phil White's exploited it time and time again. Now the ball's being moved out wide. Number 15, Lee Cuts, brought really down to ground well there by some good companions tackling. And that's a good chase on that kick by Colin Barker, but it was a good kick that's gained vital yards for Tolbar. And we go to scrum, just about on the 20-metre line. Dash Kerry brings that ball away, offloads it to stand off and skipper Dale Barrett. Dale Barrett really, he's the eyes and ears of it. His brother Ian Barrett on the field in this game. Really, what are they going to come up with to pull this game out of the fire? As Good Companions go forward again, Pete Wayner's done well for Good Companions since he came onto the field as a substitute. Number 9, At Wilkinson, brings that ball to the halfway line. The ball goes out to the open side of the field, and that's a good hit up there by number 10, Das Hinsley. Das Hinsley plays the ball with Das Kerriot acting halfback. That's a big downtown kick towards the posts, and that puts just the right amount of pressure on to the Tolbar fullback, Neil Wilkinson. Good thinking there. Well, they say that you think at your best when the adrenaline's flowing and when you're under pressure, and that really was good thinking by Dale Barrett. Means that, well, either the points were going to come or a mistake was going to come, and that's exactly what happened, because now we see that Tolbar are going to restart this game from under the sticks. And that kick gets about 45 metres in, the ball's going to be brought back. My number 12, Nidge Clegg, Nidge 12 goes forward. This Clegg goes forward. And again, we're seeing that rangy, raw-bone substitute Pete Wayner going forward. As Good Companions try to get some points on the board. And again, Dale Barrett tries to get things going. Number 10 for Good Companions. He's done his stint of work this afternoon. Das Hinsley substituted. And we find that Alan Hoskinson's on the field now. And that ball, well, it's over the line, but the referee rules that the try isn't a good one. And that'll be a head and feed to Tolbar, about 5 metres from their own goal line. As Dan O'Grady goes forward, plays the ball quickly. Kevin Jones going forward into space. He's in the clear now. Has he got the pace to get to the try line? It's a foot race between him and Colin Barker, and Colin Barker catches his man. Can he get to the... pick up the ball and play the ball quickly, and now we're seeing, again, desperate defence by Good Companions. And it really is that the final throw of the dice in this game. Scores now 30 points to 14.
Come on, let's go now.
Well, it's an old pair of legs on Kevin Jones, but it was a good pair of legs as he found himself in the clear. Brilliant chase by Colin Barker. Brought Jones to ground, but the scrambling defence of Good Companions couldn't get back in time, and a quick play the ball, and that ball moved out to the left, resulted in what really is a heartbreaker for Good Companions. Try scored by Simon Firth, number 3 for Tolbar, and it's a moderately easier kick, still a difficult kick. Is this ball going to go between the posts? Yes, it is. And now, what really can good companions come up with?
Come on!
Is it off? Good companions restart this game with a scoreline of 32 points to 14 against them. Tolbar. They're going to keep this ball secure for a set of 6 tackles. And it's a short kick-off this time with a better chase. But it's well picked up by Phil White. Phil White still going forward with that ball. Breaking into open space. Still going forward. Still not brought down, but the ball comes loose. Picked up by Colin Barker for good companions. But he's brought down. He's not brought into touch. But he touched Judge over on that far side of the field. Has seen something in that tackle. Something not right happening in that tackle. The other touch just comes across as well. A slight schmozzle, slight disagreement.
Come here! Come here, you!
Well, it's been a long time coming, but I think it's coming. We'll do interviews back at Clubhouse today. Underway after that bit of an injury scare to Colin Barker. Paul Laxdale in that tackle, but seems to be none the worse for wear. And it was a penalty to good companions, who now really are playing for pride in this semi-final. As the minutes tick away like sand through the fingers, but really playing for pride and going forward and wanting to get more points on the board, which is all really you can ask at this stage of the game. But that game is now over. 32 points to 14 is the scoreline in the semi-final here of this Doncaster Cup. Local rivals Tolbar go through to that final, and really it was a game just about reflects the scoreline, but lots of parts of the game were very close fought. I'm joined here by the Tolbar hooker, Phil White, who had an outstanding game in this closely fought but ultimately successful semi-final tie of the Doncaster Cup for Tolbar. Phil, you had an important part in this game, partly because you had such a large amount of space given to you around the ruck area. Tell us a bit about what it was like around the play the ball area when you got the ball in your hands.
Well, we worked a lot on it in training because we knew we always play for first man. So we thought that it could do this first man quicker, so it'd leave me a lot of room to exploit it and play at ball. So we've been working a lot on it the last couple of weeks in training.
What about the game itself? It was incredibly tight for the biggest part of the game, but suddenly things opened up for you. Did you think that it would be like that, or did it go according to the way that you thought it would?
No, we were expecting a close 80 minutes. We were expecting to last throughout. Cause if you're looking at their results for the last couple of weeks, they've been winning games easy. So we thought that for 80 minutes we'd have to battle. So when things started to get easy towards the end, we thought it must have been because their heads dropped. Because we know they're decent, we know they're a very good side, and we're a decent side. So it must have just been because we got a brand.
Now people talk about one game at a time, but you've got to be looking towards the final now. Who are your possible opponents in the final?
I don't know actually, to tell you the truth. It's between I think Moran's are the favourites to get into final, but it's Moran's and Edgar I think that's in the other semi-final.
So whoever it is, it's going to be tough.
Definitely going to be tough. No easy games in the final here.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Phil. Player, coach, just about everything else in the Tolbar club here with us today. Kevin Jones, a very happy Kevin Jones, because his team has just got through to the final of the Doncaster Cup. Kevin, you told us about your game plan before the game. The game was incredibly tight for large parts of it. Did you think that maybe some of your options weren't the right ones for any part of the game?
No, everything went, like we say, according to game plan. First half we'll just contain, defend, try and keep keep tight, keep them, not scoring. If they scored, we'd to score, or if we scored, we try to keep them out. I think we went in at half-time all square, so that did us. I fancied us then because we've worked really hard on fitness. We've got a very good conditioner in Chris Firth, who's done an excellent job with us, and lads have really trained hard. So I was hoping at the end of the day we'd have come good, and it did tell it.
Well, late in the game, talking about fitness, you found yourself in open space, making 30 or 40 metres. Did you feel as though you got a new lease of life?
Until last 5 metres, yeah. Colin used to play for us down here. He's a very fast winger. I enjoyed the break, but the main thing was keep the ball, get up quick, play the ball, and we scored from it. So there's no need to panic. It don't matter who scores tries or whatever. It's a team game down here. Fortunately enough, there were enough people behind me to clean up, and I think that actually, in the end, it really sealed a great performance.
That was the killer punch, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Now we're going towards the final. We're getting into each game as it comes territory, and we know all about that. But you must really be thinking about your preparations for that game. And even though you've only just stepped out of the showers, I mean, it's quite exciting to get into cup finals. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, like you say, every time you get in a cup final, I mean, the team's only been together 2 seasons. We got promoted last season in his first season. We won the playoffs. We're now in another final. Nobody, I don't think, setting up a team from scratch could have asked for any more.
Must be disappointed. Where did it go wrong, do you think? Where did the plan go wrong?
I think that basically when you put a few blokes out with injuries, you lose your game plan straight. I mean, like, I went out there, could have had the subs and that to come on, I'd have come off first 5 minutes, but I went out there to feed the backs, which I was doing, but there was no game plan. We went out there with just off-the-cuff stuff, which you can't do that in the game nowadays. Tolbar took game to us and wrapped us up, and at the end of the day, they got the breaks.
But it was incredibly close for such a long part of the game, wasn't it? There were times when it could have gone either way.
Well, I mean, they've got some good players. They've got Dave Noble, who's a long-term professional, and Kev Jones. They've all played at very high standards, and you can show that bit of class every now and again, which tries come from it. So I mean, like, we told our lads to take him, and they didn't take him properly. I mean, we'll pour on his first man tackling. I mean, you can't be doing that when you've got strong runners near line. You've got to knock them down, stop the ball. But today it just didn't turn out. So.
Well, the next question obviously is where do you go from here then?
It's like all else. It's back to training, square one, and hopefully we can start training, putting a game plan together and start putting it on the park instead of talking about it and nothing happens out on the field. So
you weren't on the field, but your heart must be just as broken as any of the players who played today for your team.
Broken, yeah, but they'll get over it. The sort of lads that once they're down, they get up again. They just keep going. We've got a tremendous club atmosphere, tremendous team spirit, and it's just great stuff. We played a fortnight ago away against Brookhouse. We took a side, bit of inexperience with us, but that was only through injuries, and we lost. But you'd think we'd won when you see them in the clubhouse afterwards. It don't really bother them. That's what makes my job much easier. There's such great lads to get on with, great lads to talk to, and when they're out on that part they give 100%, and that's all you can ask of them.